Imagine waking up outside an abandoned house, not knowing how you got there after a night filled with shadows, laughter, and terror. What really happened that night, let me tell you. This is the story of the most horrifying night of my life. It wasn't a campfire tale or something I read online. It happened to me, and I'm still piecing together what went down. It started as a fun summer trip to my friend's village, but it quickly turned into a nightmare I'll never forget. If you've ever doubted stories about haunted houses, you might change your mind after hearing this. My friend and I were bored. Village life was peaceful, but after a few days, we craved excitement. That's when we heard about the house. Everyone in the village called it cursed, haunted by something so sinister that even mentioning it made people uneasy. They told us about a man who tried to spend a night there years ago. He came out alive, but he was never the same. No one knew what he saw or heard, but whatever it was, it broke him. For us, though, it was a challenge. Surely, it was just superstition, right? We decided we'd be the ones to prove it wasn't haunted, armed with flashlights, a camera, and nerves of steel, or so we thought. We planned our night at the house. The house itself was on the edge of the village, surrounded by overgrown grass and trees that seemed to lean toward it like they were whispering secrets. From the outside, it looked like every abandoned house you've ever seen: broken windows, peeling paint, and a door hanging on its hinges. But there was something else, something I can't quite explain. It felt like the house was alive, watching us as we approached. Feeling a bit braver, we set up in what seemed like the least creepy room, if that's even possible in a place like this. We cleared a spot on the floor, spread out a blanket, and decided to wait for something to happen. My friend joked to lighten the mood, but his laughter felt forced. I could tell he was just as uneasy as I was. Inside, the house smelled of damp wood and decay. The air was heavy, and every step we took kicked up a cloud of dust. The rooms were empty, save for some broken furniture and cobwebs that clung to every corner. We searched every room on the first floor, shining our flashlights into the darkness. Nothing. Feeling a bit braver, we set up in what seemed like the least creepy room, if that's even possible in a place like this. We cleared a spot on the floor, spread out a blanket, and decided to wait for something to happen. The first sound came just as we were starting to relax. It was faint, like a whisper carried on the wind, but it was enough to make us freeze. We exchanged glances, each of us waiting for the other to explain it away. But the sound grew louder. It wasn't lying. It was laughter, low and raspy, like someone was mocking us. We grabbed our flashlights and camera, determined to find the source. But the moment we stepped into the hallway, the laughter stopped. The silence was deafening. On the second floor, the atmosphere changed. It was colder, and the air felt like it was pressing down on us. That's when we saw them, shadows moving against the walls, but there was no one there to cast them. They darted and flickered, almost playful at first, but then they stopped. They weren't moving anymore. They were watching us. The laughter returned, louder this time, echoing around us. My friend whispered, "We need to get out of here." I nodded, but when we turned to go back downstairs, the staircase was gone. It was there moments ago, but now there was just a wall. We ran through the house, calling for help, but our voices seemed to vanish in the oppressive silence. The shadows were following us, closing in. Our flashlights flickered and died, leaving us in total darkness. That's when I felt it, cold fingers brushing against my neck. I turned, but no one was there. The laughter grew louder, mingling with whispers I couldn't understand. My heart was pounding, and I could tell my friend was just as terrified. In the chaos, I tripped over something. Pain shot through my leg, and everything went black. The last thing I remember was the sound of someone, or something, laughing right next to me. When I woke up, I was back at my friend's house, lying in bed. My body ached, and my mind was racing. My friend was there, looking as shaken as I felt. He told me the villagers found us outside the house, unconscious. They wouldn't say much, just that we were lucky to be alive. To this day, I don't know what happened in that house. Was it a prank, a shared hallucination, or something far more sinister? All I know is that I'll never go near that place again. Thanks for watching. If you want to hear more stories like this, check out the next video. Trust me, it's just as terrifying.